When you do your best to express yourself fully and people still try to misunderstand you, sometimes you just have to let them be, let them go, and just remove yourself from the situation, because at some point you just got to throw your hands up and be like, I did everything that I could. I've tried my best. I've explained the best that I can, but they may still try to twist your words and manipulate them into a way that is just not what you were saying at all. But they can do whatever they want. You just don't have to be around for it. So let them be. Let them go, let them do what they have to, but know that you have done all that you could. And you've explained yourself to the best of your abilities. You don't need to do anything else. And they can think what they want about you, but when you've been your true, authentic self, there's nothing more that you need to do. And there's not going to be like a gotcha moment for them to get away with. Though sometimes it may feel like we want to explain more and, defend every opinion that we do have. But know when it's time to step away, and know when you are explaining from, just wanting to educate somebody, or defending yourself because it can be an emotional and volatile time. But, sometimes people can want to learn more about your opinion and want to know more about where you're coming from. So it does make sense, and does make sense in those moments for you to explain yourself more. But then there are also times when people kind of just want to manipulate your words to fit their perspective, and in that case you can walk away. Just let them do what they're going to do, because you don't need to over explain, since they are already stuck in their own perspective. They're not going to really hear your perspective, so just let them be. Let them sit with whatever reality they want, because that doesn't have to affect you. You can be trying to explain, trying to get them on your side, trying to express yourself and open yourself up to another person. But if they are not taking it, they don't want to be included, just let them be. You have done everything to be true to yourself and express yourself in the best way, and you've done the best that you can in the situation. So leaving the situation sometimes is best for your mental health and best to take care of yourself. And I notice this a lot with social media, not as much in person, though sometimes it does still happen. I just feel like some people don't have the audacity to do it in person, but sometimes I've experienced posting online, posting something and saying something and giving my own experience. And, someone who is like full of emotion will try to distort my perspective and, put their perception on it based on their own trauma, their own insecurities, all that kind of stuff, and will lash out from their warped understanding of what I've said. And sometimes that can happen. And there are times when we want to have that conversation, and there can be like an apology on their end for any type of confusion. But then there are also times where the person commenting does not want to see it in a different way. And sometimes, I can tell the difference when I can go back and forth with a person, and we can have a back and forth mutual conversation and be like, okay, like I see where you're saying, that makes sense, that's true, and we can get each other. But there can also be times where the other person doesn't want to understand, and they don't want to change their perspective, and they can try to ignore my point. They can, if I send something and they're going to take maybe one part that they absolutely hate out of that and focus on that, they can bring up something completely unrelated, or they can call me names. But, that is a time to step away. We don't have to deal with that. And again, when we've tried our best, there's only so much we can do. We don't need to constantly be over explaining ourselves to another person who just does not care. And that is somebody who is not willing to have a healthy, mature conversation. So you can let them go and just leave the situation, remove yourself from it. And there may be even times where you need to fully let somebody go out of your life. And sometimes that includes like repeat offenders over the years, like just repeatedly not feeling understood and not feeling heard routinely, consistently over time. And it could be with a family member, it could be with a longtime friend, it could even be with a partner. But no matter your relationship, know that you deserve to be heard and understood. And if you feel like in those situations it couldn't happen all the time and you're just rarely ever being heard, know that you don't. And also in times when you feel like you're apologizing and you are, trying to compensate for their lack of understanding and their lack of compromising, know that could be a time to let go. And usually we're all trying to do our best to understand each other. With family, it can be difficult because that's not exactly like the people that we're related to by blood. We didn't choose those people. So we are trying to do our best to understand each other. And sometimes, we might butt heads. that is understandable when you're dealing with another person. And, you know, sometimes that happens with my siblings, that happens with my cousins, and we just, you know, the energy might just be off that day and we're just not clicking. And, you know, sometimes that does happen. But again, with family, when you are connected by blood, and when you also like make the decision when you get older to keep seeing each other and to continue those relationships with each other, that comes with compassion, that comes with empathy, that comes with an understanding of each other, and, you know, choosing. Being like, hey, I choose to have you in my life, and I'm choosing to understand you, and I'm choosing to be there for you. So those times where we just are not clicking are understandable, but, you know, we all try our best. But when it happens more than not, when you are just really just not getting each other, really not connecting, and you cannot relate to each other deeply, it could be good for you to think about what would help you feel understood. And sometimes that means leaving. And that was like in, you know, other relationships that I've had, other friendships and stuff, where in my past one, we just were not clicking. And, you know, we were together for like on and off for 5 years, and we just had a different way of relating. We had a different way of expressing our feelings. And, you know, we weren't even in the same, I came and said we were on the same page. We weren't even in the same book. We were just not understanding each other, and we tried. And, you know, that was just a time where we had to walk away and accept that we were just two different people, and that's okay. But no matter the situation, know that you and the other people in your life deserve to be heard. You each deserve to be heard, and to have each other, you know, at least try to understand each other. And at times where you are not being heard, at times when you're not being heard, it's best to let the other person be free to do them, and you can just do what is best for you, because life is too short to be misunderstood in your own life. So just let them, and know that it is more freeing that way to just let people do what they're going to do. And that is today's video. That was everything for today. And know that, and remind yourself, you should be understood. People should be trying to understand you. People should be trying to get you, especially the people that you really, really care about in your life. Other people, if they don't care to understand you, goodbye. Let them go. They don't need to stay around. And especially on social media, I will also say this. I love doing this. I will block. I will mute. I will like take something off my feed. I will unfollow. Like, you curate your experience on social media. If, you know, you're posting something and you get a lot of comments from it, and somebody, you know, you're trying to have a conversation with somebody and they're just not getting it, you can stop replying. You can block that person. Like, goodbye. Just let them be. Sometimes I've even been like, okay, like, you are like in your own world. I'm going to let you be. Goodbye. Like, that is all you need to do. You don't need to keep perpetuating this cycle and, you know, making yourself angry in your own life. You don't need to be angry. You don't need to. You can curate any experience how you want it to be. So I hope that was helpful for you, just to take care of yourself. I hope you're taking care of yourself in every aspect of your life. And I will be back with another message. I will see you guys on all the different platforms. Like, comment, subscribe, send this to a friend, let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.